Hi guys, this is me. I'm gonna do the alternative black girl tag. I've been meaning to do it for a while now, but I kind of took a break from doing YouTube videos because I had technical difficulties. This camera isn't really made for videos, but it does record videos, so the audio is kind of off, so I apologize for that in advance. I also tried recording on the computer, but I had issues with the mic and everything, so here I am again, doing the alternative black girl tag. I have my tablet here where I'm going to be reading the questions. This tag was created by Remingtai. I'm sorry if I am butchering your name, but that's like the best I can pronounce it. Okay, like the first question is, how did you know you were different? That's kind of like that's kind of an odd question, because there are various levels of being different, Um, I would say, like, for me, as far as, like, being, like, alternative different, like, that aspect, I've always liked dark colors, black has always been my favorite color. I used to like pink when I was a kid, but, like, I kind of grew out of it, and then I grew towards red, and now, like, I'm going towards purple, so, like, red, black, and purple are, like, my favorite colors, and, like, I prefer dark colors as far as, like, wearing them and stuff. Um, so, yeah, like, I knew I was different, like, in that regard. Like, it was a gradual thing, and that was, like, years ago when I was, like, a kid, 8, 9, 10 years old. I liked really dark colors. Another thing that I noticed that, like, made me different is that, when I first started drawing, it kind of got me into a lot of trouble. Cause, like, I started drawing, I'm a self-taught artist, I started drawing, just pencil and paper. I didn't have any books or a teacher or anything. So, I just, like, started doing stick figures, and, like, that was, like, a way for me to, like, express my frustrations about things. And I started, like, doing these little stick figures, and, like, I would, like, kill and, like, dismember people that I didn't like in, like, those little drawings, and I guess people didn't like that, and that resulted in, like, being forced into therapy, and, nice little hospital visit. So, yeah, like, that was, like, a different thing, and, like, my art kind of got banned for a few years. Like, I wasn't, like, able to do it because people thought I was crazy. And, like, I was afraid to, like, do my art because, like, I didn't want people to think I was crazy. Like, another thing that I noticed that made me different is that, like, the music I like, I started getting more into rock music and alternative music when I was like 11, 12 years old, but I used to hide it because there's such a stigma behind black people liking rock music, and there's such, like, a stigma behind, like, there's such a pressure to like different things. So, like, I really did used to, like, try and fit in. I really did used to, like, try and listen to the same music everybody used to listen to, and I really did used to, like, study it because, like, when people will talk about the latest pop song, the latest rap song, the latest video, the latest fashion trend, I literally just, like, will have no idea what they were talking about. Like, it's like another world, and I'm kind of like that now, because I'm more like me. And I used to actually study it so I could know what the hell people were talking about and, like, fit in. But as I got older, I would say, like, 14, 15 years old, I started to, like, not care about that stuff so much anymore. And I started to embrace, my favorite color, and I started to embrace my favorite music. And I started, listening to more, like, alternative music, and, just finding more bands similar to the bands I liked on the internet. And, like, I started listening to, like, first, like, gateway stuff was, like, Avril Lavigne. Because, like, that's all I heard, like, on the radio. And, like, different bands kind of, like, similar to that, like My Chemical Romance, Green Bay. I don't think they're called Green Bay. I'm sorry. Yeah, and, like, 3 Days Grace and stuff. And then, like, I started getting into, like, more horror stuff. Like, I started listening to Whitechapel, like, just, like, this really hardcore metal band, and I don't really listen to them much anymore. And Apocalypta, and then, like, that kind of led me, like, towards the goth scene, and, like, I started listening to goth music when I was, like, 18, 19 years old. As far as the track goth music, everybody knows, like, the top favorite bands, Stevie and the Banshees, Bauhaus, Peter Murphy, The Cure. Like, I started listening to that sort of stuff, and then when I started going out into the local club scene, like, I started getting into industrial, um, And like I still learn new music like today. So like that is like as far as like my progression into like being like a goth alternative person, like that kind of like made me realize that I was different in that regard. And also other people around me just wasn't like that. Like I didn't know any other alternative people growing up like at all, let alone like any alternative people of color. I didn't actually like meet another like alternative person, especially like an alternative person of color, until like I started dating when I was like 17. And then like I started getting into the scene, I see like more like goth and alternative people around, and like getting on the internet and meeting more goth alternative people that way. But yeah, like that's pretty much how I knew I was different. You know, based on like the art that I liked, the music I liked, the colors I liked. Um, I started dyeing my hair when I was 18, and I haven't worn my natural hair color since. Right now, my hair is blonde at the tips, and then my natural color at the roots. And I still want to do white hair, but I don't want to do it all at once because I tried to like do the bleaching method, and I ended up burning off some of my ends. I had to cut it, and it's growing back just now. So yeah. And like I've had my sides shaved for about 3 years. At first I had like a half hawk, and then like all three sides were shaved, and I chopped it down and cut down my sides so I could have like a full mohawk, because I want like a really big like death hawk, like a really big like fluffy 80s look. Let me look at the next question. Do people judge you? Oh my gosh, yes. Like, people judge you no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're goth, alternative, punk, black, white, male, female, gay, straight, whatever. Like, people are going to judge you. Like, we all judge people. But, I have experienced, I guess in that regard, like, I have experienced, you know, different forms of discrimination, from people, based on the way I look and the things I like. And I know people are just like, well, if you didn't look that way, then people wouldn't discriminate against you. And it's just like, well, there are times when I literally wear no makeup, no jewelry, and I just wear my normal clothes. Of course, my normal clothes are what people consider goth, alternative. Just like wearing all black or whatever, and people will just like point me out, like, oh, you're a goth, or oh, you're different, or you're from the north side, aren't you? Or like I just give off a certain type of vibe, you know, like I'll just be walking down the street minding my business, and someone will come up to me and she'll be like, "You're an artist, aren't you?" Or something like along those regards. So it's just like the vibe I give off is different. So it doesn't like matter how hard I try and fit in. Like my vibe is different, and people pick up on that. Um, so yeah, like I have experienced different levels of discrimination based on who I am as a person, on various aspects, on various levels. You know, my family wasn't too excited about it, you know, when I started expressing myself more outwardly and getting into some of the things I like. You know, they thought I was a phase, they thought I was just angry, you know, they thought I was just trying to rebel. And like now I'm in my 20s, like I think it's finally starting to click to them that it's not phased. This is who I am, this is what I like, and you know, that's just how things are gonna be. There are some people that still feel like I'm rebelling, I'm immature, or whatever, but I don't really care much for them. Most of the attention I get is mostly positive, even like from my family. So they're supportive now. Um, it wasn't always like that, but yeah, they're supportive now. Like for the most part, I haven't experienced any extreme levels of, you know, like discomfort or like whatever. I never got kicked out of the house or whatever for being different. Um, as far as like employers go, I have experienced different levels of discrimination from employers for being different. And I know people like, well, what do you expect? This is a job. Like, no, like, you don't understand. Like, there are other people that would do similar things as me, and that's socially acceptable in that job and not really part of the official rules, but people will make up special rules for me. And unfortunately, some people find like my model page or my blog, and like they go off of whatever based on that, and like it's not really something I can help much, which is, you know, one reason why I like working for myself and not having to worry about dealing with all of that. So yeah, and I've been judged, as far as like dating wise. Like, I've never dated someone that wasn't alternative as far as like a serious relationship goes because guys judge me. Um, like when it comes to making friends, most of my friends are alternative or autistic or creative in some type of way. It's not like I don't get along with people who aren't or I don't like them. It's just that I vibe better with other alternative and creative people. So yeah, like people judge you and like whatever. How do you react to negative people? It depends on how my day is going. Because on like a normal day when I'm in a good mood, I can ignore people pretty good. But if you bother me and it really bugs me for whatever particular reason, my reactions can range from you getting flipped off with one or two of these, like like a big one of these, or like I could like yell or curse at you, or tell you to fuck off, or like whatever. Like it depends because like there's different levels of negative attention. I'm so used to just being me and like having my own like world or whatever. I just go to and from places. I don't always notice when people are like staring at me or giving me a look or clicking their tongue at me like that sort of thing. Like that's so normal to me. I don't even notice it half the time. That's something that somebody else has to point out to me and be like, "Oh, did you see how that person looked at you? Oh, did you see what that so and so just did?" So like half the time I don't even notice. So you have to be like blatant as fuck for me to even like notice that you're doing it. And second of all, like you have to do something outlandish because I'm used to people staring at me. I'm used to people giving me different looks and like being confused about who I am. Like I'm used to that. So that doesn't do anything to deter me. Um so yeah, like I encourage people to just stay positive, smile. The best success is revenge, and I mean the best revenge is success, and just keep it moving. What does your family think? And I mentioned this earlier, like my family, like they're kind of supportive, kind of not, kind of like, oh, you should start wearing black, oh, like you're depressed, or oh, you're acting out, or oh, it's the phase, or you're just trying to piss people off, or oh, you're just wearing a costume, or some type of thing. But like now, I think that like I'm in my 20s now. I don't live with my family anymore. I live with my boyfriend. I'm not like I work for myself. Like my family is like starting to get like this is who I am. This is what I do with my life. I'm not budging on it. Like it's not really for other people to understand or anything. But they're supportive of it for the most part. Like I haven't had too much negative attention from my family recently. It's really been nice and positive, which is great. Um, how do you remain true to yourself? I just do. And I just don't surround myself by people who have a problem with the way I choose to live my life. Um, for example, like I am a gothic alternative model. I tend not to work with people because I am a freelance model and I'm not signed to an agency and I work for myself. I'm able to be choosy about the projects I work with. I'm able to be choosy about the people I work with. And I tend not to work with people who have a problem with alternative models or alternative women or with like women of color being alternative. Like I tend not to work with those kind of people. And like the same thing with friends. Like I tend not to surround myself by kind of people that would have a problem with who I am and trying to change me. Like I just don't surround myself by those kind of people. I'm always working on being happy, positive, uplifting myself. I really focus on positive thinking, affirmations, meditation, yoga. I do writing, and like I really focus on being on a higher plane. I don't worry about other people not accepting it. Like, just no, I don't have time for that. Who or what inspires you? I'm inspired by so many different things in life. It's like, I'm inspired by other alternative people, whether they're black, white, or Asian or whatever, who express who they are outwardly and don't really care about what other people think. I'm inspired by other alternative people of color who have similar experiences to me and still vibrantly express themselves and live their lives to the fullest. I am inspired by nature. I'm inspired by various movies and TV shows I see. I'm really a visual person when it comes to movies. I really love when they have great costume design and great visual effects. Even if the story is kind of crappy, like, I will still watch it just for like the visual effects. So like, I'm a very visually inclined person, and that's what inspires me. What does your girlfriend, boyfriend, or spouse think? Again, I've never had a serious relationship with anyone who wasn't goth or alternative. And my boyfriend is alternative. And I met him at a goth club. So, like, he already had an idea of who I am and what I like. And he's familiar with the scene and the people within it and everything. So he's not, like, he doesn't have a problem with it. He doesn't like makeup, like, he doesn't wear makeup unless, like, it's a Halloween or, he's doing some acting thing, because he is a stunt actor. Like, he doesn't like makeup. He likes jewelry, but, like, he's allergic to plastic, and metals kind of irritate his skin, and he's a very low maintenance guy, and he thinks more about practicality, and he sees, like, wearing a bunch of necklaces and earrings that are dangly, stuff like I do, as being kind of impractical, because he likes to be ready in case something happens, and he doesn't want anything to, like, hold him down or, pull back from that. So, I mean, like, he's fine with it. He doesn't try and change me or anything, and I don't really date those kind of people who do. I'll do another video on that. But yeah, I don't really date people who have a problem with who I am and try and change me. And I would encourage other people not to date those kind of people either. And last but not least, who do you tag? I tag every alternative black girl, every goth black girl, every punk black girl, just like everyone that sees this video or sees other videos similar to it and want to answer to it, all the other black alternative girls that, like, I pretty much found through this tag have already done it, so I don't have anyone left to really tag. I think I'm going to tag Black Silk, Black Silk alt model. Also, she's a goth model, and I think she's located in Virginia. We both are admins on Black Goth Girls on Facebook. So, like, that's how I know her, and, like, I've kind of, like, known her. Like, I've watched her videos for years, and she does really cool stuff, and I'm not really as techy as she is, but yeah, like, I tag her, like, I tag you, Black Silk, if you're watching this, and any other, like, alternative black girl of color that does YouTube. So yeah, bye bye.